everyone. Mr. Devil here, Kenny Danico, 3-time Stanley Cup champion of the New Jersey Devils. And you're listening to the Uncle Puckers New Jersey Devils podcast. Let's go, Devils!
Oh, baby, this is starting to get really, really good. We are the Uncle Puckers. I'm Chris. He's Tim, coming at you right after the Devils just won their first back-to-back series, and they won 6 in a row. And Steven Engel, I agree. Let's effing go. This team is for real, and they are so fucking fun to watch. And we're going to dive into this game and a little bit of the Toronto game. Tim, how are you?
Bro, I'm trying to be reasonable about this, but this is fun. This is a lot of fucking fun. We have a very good team here. We are just travel back to back against Minnesota, best power play in the league. Boldy, Kaprizov, Faber, Gustafson. We just fucking stuffed them in a locker, and honestly, the Devils played really well. They're like well connected and stuff. And like they had some dominant Ozo time, but like I still feel like there was another level that they could have hit that they didn't, which is crazy. Like it's crazy.
This game was very business-like, right? Like they just went and did what they had to do, just enough. They turned it on when they had to turn it on, and they didn't let Minnesota spend way too much time in their defensive zone. Not like yesterday, they were flying against Toronto. They were flying tonight. And when you watch this team, I don't know how many teams in the league can skate with these guys.
No, and one of the things that is just so demonstrably different from even the past 2 years and even the past 3 years, even like our best season, they are really good at retrieving pucks in the ozone, getting possession back, and maintaining ozone possession for cycles. They're very, very good at that. Like, it just started from the hop with that third line. And like I went into this like, oh, back to back, Glass is hurt, Mercer's moved to 3C, this may be like a bit of a schedule loss. Dawes is playing.
Yep.
But like you said, it was professional, it was mature, and just a thorough fucking thrashing of that team.
Yep.
I couldn't be more impressed.
Now Luke did hold back me and you from winning huge bets tonight.
I know.
You had, who was it? Luke?
I had Gritza, Cotter, and Luke, and it was $5, and it was like plus 27,500 or something. So on that $5 bet, I would have won $1,300 if Luke scored at the end there. So that was a fun little side thing going on.
I took Brat, Gritzuk, and Luke, and I got my two. But Luke held back. That was like $1,100. I would have won. Turbo go lay down, and I did bet $5 on just Gritzuk.
Oh, you did with
an anytime goal, so I won like $30 off of that.
That's good, and that's another thing. It's like Cotter got off the schneid, Gritzuk got off the schneid, Brendan Dillon for fucking Norris. Like like all of this stuff that was not happening or going wrong last year. Even at the beginning of the year when we were a really good team, we were power play merchants. Now, like the 5-on-5 is cooking. Our second power play unit has scored both our power play goals in the last 2 games. Jack tonight, was just doing whatever he fucking wanted, and it didn't matter. And just unbelievably impressive. But just keep the gas pedal down. Remember when we were worried about this early schedule?
Yeah. We said. We went through the schedule, and I don't know if you guys all remember, and we said, what's the minimum amount of points that these guys can get in the month of October to still keep our head above water? And we all kind of agreed, 14 was the limit. There's 22 possible points in the month of October. You have to get 14. We have 12 already, and we still have 3 games left. And I think
that puts us first in the league, I think.
I know it puts us first in the Metro. I will check and see because we didn't. Everyone else seems to have played at least one more game. Some teams like the Rangers have played a bunch, but that's fine. If we're doing it, we're in first with games in hand. That's awesome. So if you go now to the divisions right now, the Devils are in first place in the Metro. 7 games played. They're 6-1-0. Hurricanes 6 games 5-1-0. They're in second. How about those Penguins? 7 games 5-2.
Right.
They're sitting there with 10 points. And the Capitals have 10. So we have a 3-way tie for second place in the Metro between the Canes, the Penguins, and the Caps. And then you got the Flyers at 7 points with 6 games played, and the Rangers with 8 games played and 7 points. So they're not doing so hot.
Brendan Dillon has more goals than the Rangers do at home.
Yeah, exactly. Cover me for 1 sec because I'm about to kill my dog. I'll be right there. Just
don't kill him. I mean, that's kind of cruel. Who are you, Christy Nome? So I think, Dubs said it the best, like the most important thing is that ozone pressure, getting to their cycle, getting in. Like I was really kind of worried about, here we go with the injuries again. But we had a very next man up mentality. And I actually was I shit on Mercer a lot. And he has proven me wrong so far this year. Like he just looks like a totally different player. He's engaged. Mercer was a guy that I saw as someone who was like very active but didn't really do anything. Talking about Dawson Mercer. Mercer was a guy that always looked like he had a lot of activity but nothing really happened. And he would flub shots and miss shots or take too much time or duck hits or get bullied off of board battle. But that's not happening this year. That's not happening at all. Like he's just honestly looks like a totally transformed player.
Yeah, he came into the season ready to go. Can't find anybody that hasn't been pulling their weight. I thought that this team has, like Steven said, Nemec still worries me. Nemec played a great game tonight.
Yeah, Nemec had his best game. Like if you look at some of his, hang on 1 second.
There's 4 teams right now in the NHL with 12 points. So we got the Avs, who haven't lost in regulation yet. Well, not until Sunday when we take them. So they played 7 games. They're 5-0-2. They have 2 overtime losses, still 12 points. And then you got the Golden Knights also sitting at 5-0-2, same record as. So yeah, we have no overtime losses. We just have the one. I guess that would probably put us in first place in the league.
Yeah, I think whatever. I mean,
it doesn't matter. It's only
it doesn't matter. It's just kind of fun. It's fun to say.
But when you're sitting at first in the Metro, that's a good place to sit right now.
Yeah, Nemec, look, so the thing with Nemec is, and we can actually talk about this for a little bit because I do see some Nemec hatred on Twitter. And I think of like I think we're like 18 goals against now. I think he's been on the ice for half of them. I think he's been on the ice for 9 of the 18 goals. That being said, being on the ice for something does not necessarily mean something was your fault. What I do see Nemec happening, and this happened in Toronto, is some of his decision-making and his pinches are mixing with that kind of lackadaisicalness that we had problems with him before. So on Michelli's goal against Toronto, he stepped at the blue line, but he wasn't aggressive about it, and he didn't step up hard. He kind of stepped up, waved his stick at Tavares, who chipped the puck quickly to Nylander, who was off to the races. So he's still got some things to work out, but he's still, it's a mixed bag with him. And I don't want to make this comparison, and I'm not saying he's like this player, but it feels a lot like Damon Severson, where there is a lot that he does well, and then there are a couple of boneheaded things that are really glaring.
I think that might be the best comp that I've heard for Nemec so far. He really does play a lot like Damon Severson, and he's only a -1 if you go by plus minus. So he's only a -1.
Yeah, he's very active. He's been very active in the offensive zone. He's pinching down the boards really well to keep play alive. He's making smart decisions with the puck in the offensive zone. His the one thing that has been getting him into trouble has been these sort of step ups at the blue line that are a little bit lackadaisical or kind of not really all that smart of a play. I don't think it's necessarily an IQ thing. I think it's more of like a committing to the effort thing.
Right.
However, if you look at Jack's goal, Jack's slap shot, right? Jack Slapshot goal
Yeah.
against
Oh yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Nemec stepped up on the blue line, broke up the play, picked his guy so Brad could come through. Brad picked it up and threw it to Jack. So for all of the people that are saying Nemec is a real problem, you also have to acknowledge the good plays that he makes because they are there. You
And
just I feel like there's a built-in hatred that is skewing people's perspective on Nemec.
I think there's also the fact that this team's doing so well, people have to find something to complain about. And Nemec is the whipping boy. And if Jack has a bad game, it's Jack, and it's this and that. Like, look, I mean,
We're 6-1.
we're 6-1. How bad's this team? And they so far, other than Columbus, every team that they played was a playoff team from last year. And they got San Jose Friday night, and then they finish off with Colorado. And
Yep.
that's the 2 games in Colorado, I think, and then San Jose. So that's the month of October. We have 4 games left, 2 against the Avs, 2 against San Jose. Other than San Jose and Columbus, every single team was a playoff team last year.
Yeah, and just a little more on Nemec. So he has 73% expected goal share, so that's really good.
Yeah.
5-1 high danger chances, 11-7 scoring chances, 25-18 Corsi, 10-6 shot advantage. So this is one of the first games that everything was kind of in the positive for him. So he's still young. He hasn't played 100 games in the league yet. So.
And here's the other thing that Devil fans, I think, need to think about. You want Nemec, of course, to be good because he's on our team and we want him to be good. But if there is a potential move that's going to come, you want Nemec to have as much value as possible.
Of course,
you know. So if instead of saying, okay, like Nemec and Casey and 2 first rounders for Luke, like Stephen Engel is saying.
Quinn.
For Quinn, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe Nemec turns out that he's having a very good year. Maybe it's just Nemec. Maybe
it's just Nemec and next year's first. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there are going to be some issues down the road where when Kovacevic comes back and at the trade deadline, and who knows? But if Nemec is on this team or not. But I was watching this game tonight. Actually, I shouldn't say I thought about it a little bit tonight, but a lot last night. Holy shit, could you imagine this team with Quinn Hughes on it? How fast this team would be. I don't know if any team would have.
They'd be disgusting. They'd be disgusting with the puck in the offensive zone.
And their power play would be unstoppable.
Yeah, it would be unstoppable.
So
yeah, and Steven, I understand what you're saying about getting the puck out of the zone, but you also got to understand there are at least 3 times that I counted tonight, twice with Palat and 1 with Hallinan, where the wingers were above the forwards along the board. So the wingers have to be below the forwards on the board. So getting the puck out isn't just exclusively on the defense. And if he rims it up the boards, like the wingers got to be there to retrieve that. So it's I don't want to pick on one individual player because we're 6-1 and it's kind of silly to do that when you're kicking the shit out of everybody. But it's a team effort, and that's what I'm seeing is like everybody's bought in. And one thing I am noticing also, and I think this is a little bit of Brad Shaw, is the kind of layered defense. So a few times I saw guys get beat, and there was someone else to step right up with a stick in the lane or a stick getting on the puck, or Pesci had another 2 or 3 block shots tonight. Like it's just insane. Like everything's like just working out, and it's going fucking great.
We talked a lot about Florida last year, especially when we were bounced out of the playoffs and we were still covering the playoffs. And Florida that's exactly what we said. Like what we love about Florida is that every single person knows where everybody else is on the ice. They constantly have backup. They're constantly trusting the guy next to them to make the right play. And if it doesn't happen, they have guys there. They are just so connected as a team. And it was really impressive to watch. And I see that so far through these 6 games. They are just connected. When Jack and Brat get going, is there a more fun tandem to watch in the entire NHL?
They're just so much better than everybody else on the ice.
They are so much fun to watch. I sit there, that game last night against Toronto, I sit there, my jaw's open. I'm just like, I cannot believe these guys are just doing whatever the fuck they want.
Oh.
And then they have some grit, they have some toughness. When you want to play that, we'll play that. You want to go end to end, we'll play that. Doesn't matter how you want to play.
Hallinan fucking rocked Benoit last night. Like you can actually, if you watch the replay of that, you could hear the noise it makes. It was like an Indiana Jones style fucking sound it made. It was so awesome. Have you seen the picture of Hallinan, by the way? The guy's got a fucking Lego head. Like it
Yeah, he
is
does.
it's just fucking square. But yeah, he just like what a fight. And I love that he got back in. When I saw that Nason was coming back, I was like, oh man, like, this guy fucking beats the wheels off of Benoit and then, gets sent
Falls.
back down to the A. But, it turns out, and to your point about Florida with the next, knowing, and support and everything like that, it's also the next man up mentality. Like,
Yeah.
Glass goes down, Hallinan stays in, Mercer steps in that 3C, and what do? They score our first goal that line.
Yeah. And then you move Grichuk up, and he scores a power play
and
goal.
he scores a power play goal. Just like everything's just clicking. Everything's clicking so well. We talked about this a lot about second year in the system and understanding the coaching and understanding what's expected of you and where to be and how to play and everything. And these guys are just playing so fucking well.
I mean, just looking at that roster during the summer, and we were saying it, like, this is, I know everybody's, wants to kill Fitz, and, we were on and off that train here and there, but when that lineup was pretty much set back when training camp was coming, we were the ones saying, like, this is going to be a good team. And, man, I wasn't expecting this, though. Like, I was really expecting, like, okay, the Carolina game looked exactly like last year, right? Like, I don't know if that's just that bugaboo that is Carolina, that they can do whatever the hell they want to us whenever they want. But I was thinking, all right, that kind of sucked. And now let's maybe you had a tough game with Tampa. You had some tough games coming up. Just get incrementally better. No, they went from flush that fucking game. This is who we are. And holy shit. I mean, they are just, what a heater. I mean, 5 in a row. Just don't, 6 in a row.
6 in a row. Yeah,
don't fall asleep against San Jose. Don't play down. I don't care that they haven't won. I watched them play. Who was it the other night? Was it Boston? Or was it
I don't know where San Jose.
I don't know. I watched the game that they played the other night. I thought it might have been Boston, and it was a back and forth game, and San Jose lost. But as I'm watching them, like, okay, they have some really fun, skilled players to watch. The young guys are so much fun. They have Toffoli, but that's about it. Like, you go past their top 6, the Devils should be able to dominate the game against San Jose.
And honestly, like with Minnesota, we're just so much better of a team, and we showed it, and we played like it. Even coming off travel on a back-to-back with an injury or two, like, we were the better team, and it was very, very clear. Like, Kaprizov and Boldy with a six snipe, like, Boldy's nasty. Like, I'll give him that goal. Like, that was a sick shot. But like, those two together, they got their chances, but like nothing really dangerous. Like, all of their expected goal shit and like all their shot chances were like right in the goal mouth, and Nico Dawes is like, I got it.
Let's give Nico Dawes some flowers here. I mean, we went from Vanacek and Schmid couldn't stop a fucking beach ball to having 3 guys that went, and I get it, the defensive system is really, really good.
Yeah.
And they do keep a lot of shit to the outside, but when the big saves have to get made, all of our dudes are making them. And it is just such a breath of fresh air to not even have to worry about who's between the pipes.
That save that Allen made.
Oh my God.
Toronto.
The blocker save?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Shades of Marty. Like, that was old school.
You don't see a guys doing that at all anymore.
No, he like, and that's like flicking your wrist like that with a heavy stick with a blocker, and to make my shoulder.
How heavy that shit is to be.
This shoulder's so fucked up. I can't even. This is as high as I can lift it. I can't even do that.
I can't say enough about the goaltending. Can't say enough. I mean, look, we really pounded it into the ground in the offseason, right? We need depth scoring. We need our defensemen, who were some of the worst when it came to putting points up in the NHL. We need our defensemen to step up. And then we need our guys, knock on wood so far, to stay healthy. When all of those things come into fruition, we, right now, yes, the best team, not just in points. We're the best team, hands down. I'll put us up against anybody. I can't wait to play
we're easily top 5 team. Can't wait to. Colorado will be a measuring stick.
Yeah,
like Connor Brown said, like, we tried too hard, tried to win everything all at once against Carolina, and like you said, they flushed it, they matured up, and they're just rattling off. These wins look so mature, and that's what we need to do to San Jose. We need to
Yep.
be like, we're the better team. We are.
Yep.
And we need to play like it.
We'll go in, just crush Askarov, light them up for 5 or 6 and go home. That's it. Nice and easy. Get ready for Colorado. Because you're right. We have back-to-back against Colorado. It's a home and home.
What a weird schedule quirk.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that we're getting done with Colorado so early because I always enjoy. I like watching Colorado.
Yeah, I do too.
If I had to pick a Western Conference team that I really enjoy watching and I root for, I do like a lot of the guys on Colorado, except Marty Natchez. Fuck them. But I love watching. I mean, McKinnon and McCarr are just thrills.
They're terrific to watch. Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, so
I mean, we'll get them out of the way now, and then we won't see them until the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, it's right now, maybe.
I don't know. Nobody in the Atlantic is impressing. I thought Tampa was going to be a lot better. They look like they're in a hell of a lot of trouble.
They are.
Florida's floundering.
I mean,
Montreal's winning like 10-9 games.
Do you think though? Let's look at the Atlantic super quick. Do you think that? Who do you think is going to end up coming to life? Okay, so right now in the Atlantic, you have the Red Wings are in first place, and they're sitting there with 10 points. They're 5-2. Canadians also are 5-2, 10 points. So they're tied for first. Florida's second with 8 points, or third with 8 points. They're 4-4-0. The Maple Leafs are 3-3-1 with 7 points. And then you got the Sabres, the Bruins with 6, the Senators with 5, and the Tampa Bay Lightning dead ass last in the Atlantic Division. 6 games played, 1 win, 3 losses, 2 overtime losses, 4 points for the Lightning. Now, we have been talking about the Tampa Bay Lightning's demise incorrectly for years, and we didn't even talk about it this year. We were just like, yeah, they're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be.
Yeah, I mean, we said we're not betting them against them anymore, and then here we go.
Well, what do you think? Do they? Who comes back?
I think they. I will never count Tampa Bay out, but Montreal seems like a ton of fun. They just give up so much on the defensive end. Dobson, Matheson, and Hudson aren't exactly, Scott Stevens times 3.
Right.
And Montebo's been a little leaky, but like I said, they're winning like lacrosse games. It's like 10-9, 9-8.
Another very fun team to watch.
A fun team to watch. I think Ottawa is better than this. But I don't know. Buffalo, not really. Yeah, I'll keep talking. Buffalo, I think has the makings to start to get better. It's all right. Toronto.
I'm sorry, Tim.
It's all right. So I said I think Buffalo has the makings to get better. Yeah, and Engel, that's a good point. Like Brady, once he gets back for Ottawa, I'm not going to count them out, but they may have an uphill battle. I think Tampa bounces back. It may just be kind of a competitive, middling division like the Metro was last year.
Yeah,
where you have kind of all these mid teams. Now suddenly the Metro's nasty.
Oh my God! Right?
Like the Capitals, they're not fucking going anywhere. We thought they were gonna regress into nothing. Now they're like, because everybody pointed at their like underlying numbers, and we're like, yeah, their underlying numbers kind of suck, and their shooting percentage is crazy. Well, now they're shooting even above that, and their underlying numbers are good. And their goaltending is good. It's like, oh fuck.
I mean, who had the Penguins at 5-2, 7 games into this season? I mean, they're and I would love it if the Penguins crawled in and left the Rangers or a team like that. The Islanders are now 3 in a row. They're starting to come to life.
I honestly, I love this Schaefer kid, and someone, who lost their mother young. Like I, nothing but respect and admiration for him, and he just seems like he has such a good attitude. And since I don't really give a fuck about the Islanders, and I know they're not going to be anything for a couple of years, like he'll be in our nightmares in probably about 3-4 years.
Especially if they end up in the McKenna sweepstakes, and you can pair him with Schaefer. Yeah, that can be the start of something dangerous.
Really he looks like he's the real fucking deal.
Jay Snow, you're gonna have to come on when we start the show because we already talked about Nemec. So, you have to go back and rewind.
Get it together, Jay Snow.
But yeah, I mean, so far this season has been super fun, and I mean, there are some surprises, like Tampa, and like Pittsburgh. But man, I don't know a team right now that is playing better hockey than New Jersey. On fire. I was listening to a lot of XM today, and all of them were, of course, they had to start by talking Toronto. But then it goes to, but oh my God, this Devil team, if they can stay healthy, they are definitely going to be in the mix. I cannot wait just to further along. I mean, they really don't look like anything gets to them. Doesn't matter. They don't score the first goal. They let the first one in. They do score. It doesn't matter. And the second periods, like last year, that was a big plus last year was our second periods. And they're right back at it. But also the freaking penalty kill now, 20 kills in a row. I mean, there's nothing bad to say. I've got nothing bad to say. I'm on cloud freaking 9 with this team right now.
I'm just absolutely levitating with this team. Like, things could not have gone better to start the season. And honestly, I'm now kind of glad that we lost to Carolina now that we're 6-1, because that is something that's a hurdle that we have to get past still. And I like having a challenge that's still out there for us. But yeah, to a man, like player to player, like Nico's gonna win the fucking Selkie. He put Austin Matthews in his fucking back pocket. He's put Connor McDavid in his fucking back pocket. Put Kirill Kaprizov and Boldy in his back pocket. Like, hell yeah, he's gonna win. Jack and Brad keep playing like this. Like, even Palat, like, we shit on Palat all the time. Palat's been very good so far this season. He's missed a couple chances in front, but so fucking what? Like, I'm not going to shit on individual players if we're going to continue to play like a team like this.
No,
because it's stupid.
But I do think that that's still a spot that could be upgraded and maybe should be upgraded. I'm not saying it's this year, but at some point, you do have to upgrade that spot because
it's the most upgradable spot
yes,
in the lineup. Because I feel like the third line, with Glassback is great.
As long as Brown's on the third line, it produces, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's another guy. Jesus.
Like, yeah. So let's talk about the penalty kill for a little bit.
Okay.
You can see the Bradshaw fingerprints on this already. It's just this very controlled aggressiveness. They're on top of guys more than they were. We used to collapse for like right down into a box, just let them pass around the perimeter. Now we're out in guys' faces. And one thing that Connor Brown does, and for any parents out there or kids that penalty kill, he like pulls his stick back into here to like bait the passing lanes. And he's so good with that stick at getting it out. And he has a really long stick too. But him and Glendening are an outstanding penalty killing pair. Like, what a find Glendening has been. We were worried about like what we were going to do for centers, and we fucking found this guy in the trash pile. So it's couldn't be happier. Nothing bad to say. Trying to look through like just guys' names. Oh, how about our guy Brendan Dillon, fucking sniper.
Brendan Dillon now 2 goals. What did he score? 1 last year?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he had 1 last year, so he's already on pace. He's already doubled his output from last year. Yeah, I mean, just to see him with the confidence, right? To just everybody getting in on everything, and Dillon just finding that lane, waiting for a little bit of screen to develop, and then just firing a shot in. And that's that's what you want to see from every defenseman there. Like, if Brendan Dillon is scoring goals for this team, shit is going right. That's all you have to say. Like,
and it's funny. I think Dougie still only has that 1 goal, but he's another guy I wanted to talk about too. His defense has been outstanding. Dougie's like, he's been very like part of his problem, and it's kind of like what people are. I did want Dillon gone. He sucks, but fuck it. Nobody's. We shouldn't touch a thing right now.
Nobody sucks now. Nobody has sucked this year.
You know what? And it's fine. And for the people of Twitter who listen to this too, it's okay if you're wrong and admit that you're wrong. Doesn't make you any less of a man. It's okay. I was wrong about Dillon right now. I was wrong about Mercer right now. I was wrong about Palat right now. Let's see. It's a long season. Let's see what happens. Palat is still the most upgradable position out there. I still think Alex Tuck is the contract negotiations have been tabled.
Yeah, they have.
The issue and with that is what he's looking for an extension, but that's a issue for another time. I do still think McCann is probably up there at the top of my list of guys.
But Seattle's actually playing pretty good hockey. I don't know if they move off of Jared McCann.
Yeah. So anyway, about Dougie. So he's just has this extra commitment to playing good defensive hockey. His stick work is good. His board work is good. He's fucking killing people. He laid someone out again tonight. That's like more big hits that I've seen in his entire fucking career in like 7 games.
I lost all my hair just because I yelled about Dougie not hitting people. You're 12 feet tall, bro. You're one of the biggest dudes on the ice. Use that physicality. He never did. And this year, and he started game 1 in Carolina. He laid that big hit early on.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'm very happy with Dougie Hamilton right now. Now, I will say it's going to be very interesting if this keeps up with this team, because we talked about it, I think, a couple of shows ago. Like, if this team looks like they can compete, I do think that Tom Fitzgerald will make some moves, and I think he'll make like seismic moves for a player or two that can really like Quinn. And if that does happen, I think there is a chance that Hamilton and or Nemec are not on this team by the time they get to the playoffs. There is that possibility.
Look, it's fine. I think we should continue to develop Nemec, and we want him to play well. He's been very inconsistent, inconsistent. Like, that's really it. But everybody keeps shredding him for certain defensive plays. I think he's got 3 or 4 assists on the season.
Yeah.
He's been very solid offensively, and some of his step-ups have been good, and he's been fine in the defensive zone for the most part. He's made a couple of fuck-ups. But, like, you can't really kill him for that Tavares goal against Toronto, because Tavares, like, it was an unbelievable, like, play at the blue line by Riley to keep that puck in, and then Tavares just, like, batted it out of midair. Your job in front of the game is... your job in front of the net is to get the guy's stick off the ice, and got a guy's stick off the ice and he fucking hits it out of the air. It's like, what are you supposed to do?
Not many guys are better in front of the net than John Tavares, who was the best Maple Leaf last night, hands down the best Maple Leaf last night.
Yeah, Tavares has like a whole new fountain of youth, maybe steroids. I think you should investigate the entire city of Toronto for steroid issues, because of the
Didn't
Blue
they have a
Jays
mayor
and
that
John
used to
Tavares.
smoke crack?
Yeah, that Doug Ford guy. He died.
He died?
Yeah. His
Crack
brother's
overdose?
there's like that funny video of him where he was lining up to take a soccer penalty kick on a little kid, and he just fucking ripped it past him. It was so fucking funny. He's like this fat fucking Chris Farley looking guy.
Exactly.
He just rips it past him.
Exactly.
But yeah,
I was doing cocaine in my bed out by the river. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking I couldn't be happier with this team right now. And
but if Nemec is our biggest problem, that's kind of
right. And I do think
okay
that there's going to be some upgrades. They are going to come at some point, and it's going to be exciting.
It's just and now Fitz has got to worry about the delicate balance of upsetting this apple cart,
Right.
And look, we tend to be pretty positive and maybe have a little bit of red lenses on when it comes to this team, particularly over the summer when everybody was trashing them, saying Fitz sucks, he's not getting the right guys. And we're the only ones that, like, the depth upgrades are going to pay off. And one guy that I just want to call out, and we talked about him on the penalty kill, is this gorgeous ginger, Connor Brown, the best looking ginger to ever set foot in the Rock, second best after Corey Schneider. It's 1 and 2. But good Lord, this guy is fucking a really good hockey player.
Yeah,
he's just an unbelievable north-south, fast, solid veteran. He's not like a big physical guy, but he wins his battles. He gives that second effort. He's just like he's such a good, solid hockey player.
Yep. Yeah, he is. He's consistent. He's always in the right spots and doesn't make mistakes. He'll chip in with the timely goals. Great on the penalty kill. And that third line, no matter who's in, as long as he's there, they're producing. And when the playoffs start, which is forever from now, but when they start, I think Connor Brown is going to be a huge piece of how far this team can go.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like even tonight, like, we were so dominant tonight after those 2 consecutive penalties, I think in the second, right? By the way, what a terrible call on Luke.
I don't get that. I need somebody to explain to me how that's interference. He's chasing down the puck. A wild player comes down. He's draped on his back. Luke kind of pushes him off. The guy goes down. and that's an interference on Luke.
They,
I
like,
don't.
if anything, they should have called embellishment. Also, the guy was like, the guy was like
It
a
shouldn't have
cartoon.
called shit, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yes.
like at least call it that. Also, that's how that, because he was like a cartoon going down. He's like whoop 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 whoop. But yeah, Brown is so good, and they put after those two penalties, they had to put together kind of a hodgepodge line.
Yep.
And it was Timo, Cotter, and Jack.
Okay.
And it was like, and that line fucking was just dominating Ozone time. Just put three random forwards together. And it was like, fuck it, just go out and just kill it. It's just the amount of confidence that these guys must have, and I'm excited to see, like, I'm like staying up late now, waiting for like the post game interviews and Sheldon Keefe's like little locker room speeches, because they're like, I'm just so fired up about everything.
Yeah, I'm going to have a better start. And like you said, I'm kind of glad that they beat Carolina. They lost to Carolina too, because they will have a huge chip on their shoulder the next time they meet.
Yeah.
And look, they're going to lose some hockey games. We know that they're not going to go 81-1. They're going to lose some games.
Are they not?
Well, I mean, I'm kind of guessing only because it's never ever been done. They're probably going to lose a game or two here and there. But I think that this is the type of team that, I don't think they have, with the personnel they have right now, to allow themselves to get into any kind of sustained losing streaks. You lose one. I remember when the guys back in the old days, the good old days, so to speak, they were talking about somebody was asked, and I think it was Danico, about Stevens as a captain. And he said, Scott Stevens was one of those guys that did, all of his talking on the ice. When we lost a game, he would kind of always give everybody, like,
a look.
When we lost 2 in a row, he had you're talking to. If God forbid we lost 3 in a row, forget it. He was fucking flipping tables over in the locker room. But those teams never had long losing streaks. Never, because of that leadership. And now you have to look at this team, and you look at the core, the Jacks, the Brats, Timo, Heischer, Mercer. These guys all have been together for a really long time now. And, that has a lot to do with this. I mean, the chemistry that they all have, like you said, a hodgepodge line, but they played on the same team and together for so long that you can do that with those guys, and you're going to be productive. And I think it's going to take, like you said, a long time for PTSD from the last few years to kind of wear off, because I saw Mercer in the middle and I'm like, oh, fuck, you're putting him at center tonight. I got to learn that, let's see what they do this year, because this is not the same Dawson Mercer, not the same Devils so far. They've been a completely different team, and they just seem mature and ready for whatever's coming next.
No, I did not play in the OHL. I played prep school hockey and then Division III college, and then I played then I went to some UHL trial camps. I went to 2 of them, but it was in the 2003 lockout, and a lot of NHL guys came down. There's a league that, like, Mike Rupp went down to the Danbury Trashers, just answering Jason's question. So I realized I was probably going to get murdered in that league, and I wasn't good enough for that. So I kind of hung them up after that. And
still played
I've been a beer league legend ever since. Blocked a shot on Sunday accidentally. I went out to, like, the point, and, like, in beer league, like, you go out to block a shot, but, like, there's kind of a mutual understanding. It's like, if you fucking hit me with this shot, I'm gonna be pissed. Guy drilled me right in the shin. It hurt so much, I almost called in sick on Monday. Like, and meanwhile, Brett Pesci's out here, like, he'd get in front of a moving fucking train if it was gonna get anywhere near the goal. Like, just that one block shot they showed a slow-mo of on the PK where he made his own kick save.
Like, no, I heard it because I was at work. It's tough for me to watch.
All right. He's insane. He's fucking insane, that guy. Like, yeah, like, I block a shot in beer league and I'm, like, limping for 3 days.
See, somebody mentioned Nazem Kadri. He's still a Calgary, right? Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, Nazem Kadri. Okay, he's oldish, though. Let's look.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Let's see how old.
Because I actually texted you yesterday. Like,
I think his contract kind of sucks too.
Like, who on Calgary? Who on Calgary could help this team? Because they're not going anywhere. They're done. I mentioned Blake Coleman, another guy who's up there in age, but Blake Coleman is exactly the type of player. You go back, look when he played with us before, when he was with Tampa, like that's what you need. But
bro, no fucking thanks on Kadri.
yeah, isn't he like a $9 million a year?
He's 35 years old. He has 4 more years on his deal at $7 million a year.
$7 million. Yeah, no.
Like that's
no.
I mean, I like him. Like that's the thing. It's like we have to maybe consider making some sacrifices for this year if we're gonna go all in. But we would need to like triple retain that and actually pay fucking none of it.
There's a guy on Calgary they were talking about. I heard today his name mentioned. He's a UFA after this year. Who's a couple of dudes on their rosters? Is there like a Rasmussen, another Rasmussen that doesn't play in Detroit? Is there one in Calgary?
There's a Rasmus Anderson.
Rasmus Anderson.
He's a defenseman.
Oh, okay. He's
the guy. He's the guy. He's a right shot, right D. He's 28. 1 more year on his deal makes about 4.5 million. He's the one that Backlund, the captain, said over the summer. He's like basically was like he's going to get traded. It's just a matter of when. And I think with all the Dougie news, and I think we kind of talked about this a little bit this summer, but with all the Dougie and the trade rumor stuff or whatever, right D, Rasmus Anderson's going to be the first right D domino to fall. Like he's getting traded probably before anybody else. I think once Anderson lands wherever he lands, Dallas, who are still looking for a right D, then I think that's going to open the floodgates for whatever happens with us. I don't think, I just really don't see how Quinn gets here this season. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Why do you say that?
Just with the way our D is structured, he's not like actually what we need. He's great to have, the marketing of it. He's an unbelievable Norris caliber defenseman, but like he's a left D, where we have, Dylan Siegenthaler, Luke. Where's he gonna go? Like are we going to move on from? Is Siegenthaler going to be part of that deal? I don't think that's a great idea. Is Dylan? Dylan has a no movement clause. So where is he going to go? Is he going to play on the right side? How much right side has Quinn played? Right side, left side for defensemen is far more important than it is for wings. So I don't know. I just don't. That also feels like an off-season move to me. Just with like the scale of it. Yeah, and Jason makes it. I feel like it is. In season, that type of trade, I feel like you kind of pay a little bit more in season because of the supply demand elements of it.
I think the only way that this gets done this year is if we have like some type of very bad injuries to our defense and we really need to get a defenseman in here. And then maybe Fitz. Or like I said this before, I believe that getting all 3 Hughes brothers is Tom Fitzgerald's white whale. I really do believe that he has made that personal mission to get all 3 of them because he knows what it means for just the eyes on this team, and what it means from a media standpoint, not even to mention what Quinn can add on the ice. And of course, he's also thinking ahead to 5 years down the road when Jack is a free agent and do everything you can to make sure he resigns here. I think all those are in play. And that is another reason why, and I agree, this year it wouldn't be, unless we have the injuries like I talked about, it wouldn't be a good allocation of resources to go move for him right now. Right now, we said it before, the only, I think, place where you could even think about making a change is that Palat spot. Only that's an upgradable position, and if you can do it, do it. Otherwise, if this team stays healthy, we have the depth, we have the players, but that Jack piece or that piece on Jack's line, that Palat spot might come back to bite us in the ass if we don't upgrade it for the playoffs.
There's a guy I'm looking at right now. He's kind of small, but he just signed Matt Coronado.
Yeah, real quick, Jay, I'm not saying like a ton of injuries. Saying if a right side defenseman goes down, I could see maybe. I'm not, if like you said, Siegenthaler goes down or something, I wouldn't think that a trade for a defenseman is worthless at all. Like, if 5 of our guys go down like we had in the postseason last year, well, then, yeah, maybe one guy isn't going to stop that bleeding. But I'm just saying, like, if there's a gaping hole that we need to fill in right D, I absolutely can see Fitz pulling the trigger. I'm sorry, you were saying about Coronado?
Yeah, so Matt Coronado's interesting. He's 22. He's a right shot. He plays both wing sides. His contract 6.5 for the next 5 years.
Was it
He's
Calgary?
he's 5'10", 180. Yeah. He plays for Calgary.
So he's the tallest guy on Jack's line.
The Lollipop Guild. I don't know, and that's what we're talking about. It's like, yeah, we could target, a gritty guy or something like that, but which would be a Coleman, but who's he going in the lineup for? Are we bumping Cotter to the 13th forward?
You don't think that Coleman can take Palat's spot and be more productive in that spot than Palat?
Coleman's 30. He's 33.
How old's Palat?
I know. That's the thing. Is like we're swapping an old guy for an old guy.
But I think it's a huge upgrade.
Is it? Hang on.
I think it would be.
Let me check one thing. I'm looking. I don't object to Coleman. I always loved him as a player. I just felt like he had that vibe, and he is a playoff beast. He's actually I think he's like he was like a 40-point guy regular season, but he's like half a point a season, maybe, or half a point a game more in the playoffs. But like, I don't know, can he fit in on that line? Maybe. Like, is that the type of guy that you think we should be getting, like a better version of Palat that, look, like Jack and Brad continue to keep talking about Palat does these little things, like one of Jack's goals
in their
against
contracts. Tom Fitzgerald puts that in their contracts that anytime Palat does anything good, everybody has to talk about it the whole day, the whole game. And yeah, Jay, you're right. Like if we did lose a Siegenthaler and he was targeting Quinn and he just was laser focused, yeah, you would get bent over and get raped for that one. But I honestly think that it shouldn't happen this year. It should be either an off-season move or just let's wait it out to 2 years. He's a UFA. We sign him and we don't have to give up anything. I'm totally fine with that too. And that is most likely the way it's going to go. I just think Tom Fitzgerald is going to do whatever he has to do to make sure Quinn Hughes at some point is a New Jersey Devil.
I'm looking at Coleman's his speed on NHL Edge, and he's lost a significant step.
Yeah.
Like
that's
his
35, right?
Yeah, 33.
Oh, 33.
He's max speed was 23 miles an hour, and he's in like, for all the speed bursts, the 70th, 80th percentile. Speed was 90th percentile. That was 22, 23. And 25, 26. He's at 20 miles an hour is his top speed, which is fucking bad. Like I go 18 miles an hour and I'm short and fat. And he's below the 50th percentile.
Yeah, but Calgary's such a bad team.
I know, like I don't know, like that's the thing. It's hard to say. Like I haven't seen Calgary play, and I actually have zero fucking interest in watching them play. Like I have no interest in watching a soccer game. Same thing. I have no interest.
I want to watch them play just to see who we might be able to grab. What's Blake Coleman get? What's his salary?
What's his salary? Blake, it's not totally unreasonable. 4.9 for the next 2 years. So this year and next year. So that's actually pretty reasonable. But yeah, fuck it. He could be a guy we could bring home. You could probably get him for like a 3rd or 4th round pick too.
Yeah, you wouldn't be giving up much, that's for sure. I mean, and you also have to, it's going to be fun to wait and see the next couple of months of who's really out of this thing because, the Tuck thing, that's the guy, right? Like that's my white whale. Like I want Alex Tuck on that line with Jack and Brett. So yeah. I just can't see Buffalo moving him. I really can't.
I don't either. He's a Western New York guy. Like in Buffalo, where are they in the standings right now?
Buffalo, I think they're tied for 3rd. I think there's like 6 teams tied for 3rd.
Yeah, they're 3 and 4. They've they won a couple, lost one, won a couple. I don't know, man. Like, part of me wants Buffalo to take a step, and the other part of me is like, I want to pick over their fucking dead carcass, for all the nice pieces. Like, Dahlin, Tage, Tuck, like they have so many good players, and it's like, why are you guys bad?
Why do you suck so bad?
Why do you suck so bad?
It makes no sense.
Like, is Owen Power this much of a pussy?
Yeah, I think he is.
Like, is that what the problem is? Also, the guy that they traded Peterka for, Kesserling, I don't think he's played a game yet. I think he got hurt. So like it's just shit like that. Plus they have a fucking googly-eyed coach who has no idea what's happening to modern NHL. No,
Goal
I do not play
goaltending is spec.
I do not play
Us too.
I do not play the body
In
in
beer
beer
league.
league. I the D zone is a suggestion to me. I get back there
It's a
eventually.
suggestion.
I'm more of a neutral zone transition type of
You
player.
don't even know your goalie's name. Like, no clue.
No, our goalie's our best player. Our goalie, like goalies in beer league, they're fucking heroes, man. Like
Yeah,
because they get absolutely shelled.
I
Like my team right now, we're 0-3, and we've had like 8 guys show up, then 6 guys, and then 9 guys, and we've lost by a combined score of like 32-4. And we won the championship the last season. We just
Wow.
played against this team. It's run by a guy. This guy's actually he's a rabbi, and they're called the Snippers. Okay.
That's great.
But but like it's a pun on snipers.
Sure.
It's funny. Yeah. Anyway, it's pretty funny. But they kicked the shit out of us. The rabbi,
You got beat by a bunch of religious circumcised hockey players. Came in there and whooped your ass.
Yeah,
Snippers.
The Snippers. But
So.
I don't know, man. Like just looking at this division right now, it just kind of seems like mid. Do you think the Red Wings are for real?
I was gonna ask you that. It's funny. No, I kind of don't.
Right.
I just think, yeah, I'll tell you who I think is in trouble. I think Tampa Bay might be in trouble. I want to see how they kind of come out of this. I think Florida in the end, they'll be up there. I think that serious trouble is on the horizon for Toronto. I don't think they're a good team.
No, I agree with that.
I see turmoil on the bench. I see a locker room divided. I see an entire city that every loss these guys have to hear about. Well, is it because you don't have Mitch Marner there? And this over and over about Marner. He's doing great out in Vegas, and they suck. I see that team not making the playoffs. And I heard somebody talk about it on XM, and they had Toronto out. And I even texted you guys. I'm like, some fucking moron says Toronto's not making the playoffs. I think he might have been onto something.
It could be, man. Like they looked so uninterested. No second efforts, no identity. Do you know who Steve Dangle is? He's like a big Toronto. He's the guy that like yells and screams. He's actually pretty funny.
I think I watched him today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's kind of got like a thick neck, like he
looks he's very animated and runs around.
Yeah, very animated.
Yeah. I watched him today actually. I wanted to hear a Toronto guy talk about the game last night.
Yeah,
I wanted to see their side of it.
Yeah, he fucking loves losing. He loses his goddamn mind. It's funny, but like in like a good way, not like Frank the Tank kind of way. Where you're like, this guy's gonna have a stroke and die. Like I don't want to see that shit.
I got that from him definitely. He's fun.
Yeah. But he was saying he's like they have no identity. They're not physical. Like I said this before the game yesterday. I was like they're fucking pussies. Like they are Charmin baby shit soft. Like I don't think we're I love to see more competition and how this team fares in the playoffs in a couple months. We'll have to wait for that. But like I don't think this Devils team's really soft anymore. I think it's kind of out of them. We have Jack's never going to fight anybody, and neither is Brad. But like I don't think there's a lot of softness in this team anymore.
I agree.
I think they've evolved, they've matured, which is a word that they continue to use is matured. And I want to see them keep rolling. Like they need to howling in with that monster fucking head of his.
Dude, that was a great fucking right hand. And I mean, just to add the insult to injury, and we just came into your building. I mean, I might as well kick your dog on the way out of here and bring your mom home. Like that's really what we
basically
did.
Basically, Jack stole their girlfriend, Helen and fucked the mom,
right?
And Dylan stole your dog.
And it's just it was. I think they're in trouble. And as far as the rest, I mean, I think Pittsburgh might be for real. I think that Pittsburgh might be able to sneak into the playoffs this year. I'm never going to count Sidney Crosby out, but I do think that the young guys are contributing now. Howard these rookies going to do 40 games into the season. That's what I want to see. I don't think the Rangers are very good.
Rangers stink.
I actually feel
stink.
bad. I feel actually bad for Igor Shesterkin.
Oh,
Only
all right.
for Igor. Like, just to be in that position, like, because if this team could score and you had him back there, I don't know how many games you lose. You lose any games, maybe you lose 5 games. I mean, they're just but the thing is, he's not going to play like that all year. He's not going to have a one goal against every fucking game. They're bad.
Hang on, I'm looking at the Penguins. Yeah, they're bad. Keep going.
No, it's Jay Grits. It has absolutely impressed us as well. I mean, just he's fit in seamlessly with this team. Doesn't matter where he's playing, 4th line, 3rd line, 2nd line.
That's something that I think is really kind of the mark of an elite player. Is, he had kind of instant chemistry with Cotter. Then they bumped him up to the 3rd line, had instant chemistry with Brown. Like, just being able to play well with other players. And he was on the right wing on the 4th line, was on the left wing on the 3rd line, went back to the right wing with Nico and Timo tonight and played great with them. He doesn't really make a lot of mistakes in the D zone, a couple of things here or there maybe, and he'll go a little quiet, but he's fitting in. He's a little thicker, a little stronger than I thought. His playmaking, I think, was really, really undersold. Like, his playmaking is really fucking good.
I think he is going to impress the hell out of us this year.
So here's why I don't think
I was just going to say, nobody is talking. Everybody has already awarded Schaefer the Calder, and I'm just saying, let's wait until April, because I think this kid's going to turn it up.
That's what we were saying. It's like, let's let him work his way up the lineup instead of working his way down. Like, this is the proper way to go, and it's kind of working out with injuries. I love it.
And how many times have we seen Alex Holtz go the opposite way, right?
Exactly.
And
That's
you got a guy that is
exactly it.
Developing the right way.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a little older and has more experience, but
he's older. He's played professionally. Nobody likes him. Nobody goes out to lunch with him. Although he did tag along with the group the other day. It looked like he sent a picture from Toronto where he was like with, I think, like Palat, Timo, and Brat, where he was like trailing behind them like a little puppy. But I can't wait to see his Telegram post tonight. It's going to be electric after his first goal.
Yeah.
This is why I don't believe in Pittsburgh.
For Tristan Jarry?
Wait. What the fuck? Are those preseason games? Oh, okay. So you beat the Rangers. Rangers stink. Beat the Islanders. Islanders stink. They lost to the Rangers again. Whatever. They lost to the Ducks. But then they beat the Kings, who aren't very good. They beat the Sharks, who aren't very good. And they beat the Canucks, who are maybe not.
They're not very good.
Their schedule hasn't been very strong. So I don't think Pittsburgh has staying power in that place. It's going to be us, Carolina, and the Capitals again. And I think there's a pretty distinct gap between us three and the rest of the division. It's just going to come down to whether the Atlantic starts to get better. Like, some of those teams that should be good start to get better. If Ottawa can pick it up after Brady comes back, or if they're the division with like 3 teams and we have 5, or just the East just fucking sucks.
Every one of these teams is going to go on their hot streaks. Every team is going to have one. They're going to put together a nice little stretch, and they're going to get people excited, and then just as quickly it's going to fall back down. And things. And I don't give a shit what happens anywhere else in this conference, in this division, or in any other conference, as long as we don't have to deal with that. As much fun as like that race to get into the playoffs is, I don't really want that this year. Let's secure that. Let's just go in ready, and just go in, play the type of hockey this team so far has been able to play, man. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, but
I want to be in a position where Fitz has to make some. Fitz has the ability to be like, we're taking a fucking huge swing this year.
Yep.
On someone. And I'd ideally like to do it before the deadline, like, right after Christmas type of shit.
Before the Olympics, yeah.
Yeah, like get someone in, get someone settled in. Jay Snow brought up someone, Brezzo. Holy shit. This fucking guy, he's the guy that ran into
Heischer, right?
He's the guy that ran into Markstrom last year.
Markstrom, rather. He was with Boston last year?
He was in Boston last year. He's on Pittsburgh now.
Jay Snell brought up Tom Wilson. He's a fucking animal. He's one of my favorite players in the world. I love him. And when I really wanted him to somehow get the jersey. I love that guy. But go ahead.
Tom Wilson, I would do unspeakable things to get that man on my team. He's a fucking man. He's a man rocket. He is so good looking. And I live in a Capitals household right now. Did you see that where he got hit with a puck and his face was all swollen last year? I think either Logan Thompson or who's the other goalie? He's the brother of the former Ranger.
Lindgren, Charlie Lindgren.
Yeah. Got that picture painted on the back of the helmet.
Nice.
On the back of his helmet.
Okay, well,
it's really funny.
Finish about Brazeau real quick. It's kind of getting late anyway, so let's finish.
So Brazeau is now in Pittsburgh, and you're never going to believe. Guess how many goals and points he has?
He has 5 goals and 8 points.
Hang on, I should probably have it ready first.
All right, so I'm absolutely have to name the show on the podcast now. Rocket.
Did you know that?
No, I just
he has 5 goals and 8 points.
Woohoo!
That was some fucking.
I don't even know who he's playing for. Who's he with?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
Third leading Malkin, Crosby, Brazeau. He's an interesting guy to keep an eye on. He's always had some talent. His skating's been a little rough, but is always the guy that people have kind of, and he's a big fucking horse of a man. Like, do you remember when he ran into Markstrom? We were like, Jesus Christ, that guy's huge.
He's a big Brazeau. So
I still think that Pittsburgh is going to be a team that is rateable.
Ricard Raquel,
Brian Rust, Malkin, Crosby.
Malkin, there you go. Malkin, Jack Bratt.
There you go.
Where do you put Malkin? Malkin's not a center, right? He's a winger, or is he a center?
Malkin plays center.
He does. Play center.
Yeah, okay. Sid's number 1, Malkin's number 2.
Yeah, that's right.
They put them together, kind of. They're sort of a Leon.
Like Leon. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Well, anyway, look. It's anything else you want to wrap up?
Getting late.
Yeah. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I'm gonna go do that.
Yet? No, it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy to eat this late at night.
Listen, I am a fucking picture of health, Tim. You don't have to worry about me. I am.
You're like a walking bag of cigarettes.
I'm just an ashtray. My body is a temple, as opposed to yours, which is an amusement park.
My body is an amusement park, or was an amusement park. My body's a pack of discarded Marlboro Red 100.
Is that what you used to smoke? Marlboro Reds?
No, God, no.
What'd you smoke?
I was a Parliament guy.
Yeah,
then I was a Camel Light guy. Then went back to Parliaments. Parliaments were great because you could do cocaine and a little.
Of course. Yeah. Well, that's why they made them, right?
From what I'm told.
That was the only reason for the recessed filter. If you remember, like way back in the day, the recessed filter used to be a cross in the middle. And they took it out specifically so you could put more cocaine in there.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah. So
I'm a good boy, Chris. I'm just kidding.
I am too. Never touch this stuff. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Don't do drugs. Yeah. This is always fun, man. Kids. We are a fucking wagon rolling, and we will be back most likely after the San Jose game, but we'll let everybody know. A couple of huge games coming up for the Devils. Back to back against the Avs next week. That is going to be an awesome.
That's it. But let's not overlook San Jose. Take care of business against San Jose.
Absolutely.
Professional, mature game against San Jose.
Whoop the shit out of them. And if you're listening to us on the podcast, please like a 5-star review, positive comment. Helps little podcast that could. And if you are on YouTube, please hit the subscribe and the alert bells. Guys, thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your night. He's Tim. I'm Chris. We're the Uncle Puckers. We'll see you when we see you.
It's over, Johnny. It's over!